Very well. Very well. Let's wait a couple of more minutes so we can give chance to people to join. I suppose, though, that it's going to be a very quiet call. That's what I expect. John, you're here, right? We hear you far away. A little bit far away from the microphone, but otherwise fine.
Yeah, my Discord seems to do this. I'm not sure why. I had the same problem last time, so I'm on headphones. Hopefully that's a bit louder.
It's much better now, yeah.
Okay.
So, should we go ahead, considering we're only just a handful of us, two handful of us? Why don't we make it as dynamic as we want to? So, guys, feel free to unmute and ask questions. But before we do that, if you want, I can give you a quick update. I'll just say that things are going very well. We're progressing nicely on all fronts. We have now started the second phase of the CBDC project. I believe I just muted him. Yeah. So we started the second phase of the CBDC project. We are also completing the last bits and pieces from the first cohort of products coming out of Skangdao. Some of them have been built now for over a handful of months, but we want to make sure that all the bits and pieces are properly in place. I think it was last week that we were going to deploy KiwiX and open up to public, but then we decided to make some last minute changes to improve the UI because there were things that we did not think were up to the standard that we would like to have. We will also be announcing some open positions at Nahmii because we're looking for more people. I've seen some of the questions that the community has, and some of them is of course related to the bear market and funding. So the fact that we're looking for people that already should answer immediately to you, and I understand that this is concerning for many, but I can quickly cover that question and say that we are well funded and we have plenty of runway for the next few years. So we are well covered on that front. And I will also mention as well that because of all the products we're building and the different teams involved building those products, we have obtained quite a bit of feedback with regards to Nahmii, what works and what doesn't work that well, which means that we're already outlining the next wave of changes that we want to apply to the protocol. Equally exciting today, John and I have been literally half an hour ago, we were playing with a few different products that we're building on the Skangdao, which they interpret very nicely. So the vision that we have of our ecosystem consisting on several products working together one with each other, it is actually a reality. So the full composability of Nahmii is just excellent, and the fact that transactions are instant and cheap makes it even more exciting and fun. So again, quite a bit of good stuff taking place. We're happy and content. We of course deployed the Genie token as part of the update, as you guys know, and we will be, or we are actually working now on the staking part to claim your new tokens. We don't have an exact ETA for that just yet, In the meantime, we'll be running the airdrips on Nahmii 2.0. And I don't know, John, are there any other key aspects that any other key points that we should be bringing up in terms of an update?
We launched the product 1 minute ago. Does that count?
What was that?
Kiwi Labs is live as of 1 minute ago. We've just taken the basic authentication off the main website. So I'm just checking it now, but we knew that Kiwi Labs was going to be the first one. And yeah, Kiwi Labs is live as of literally 1 minute ago. So there's always something fun on a community call when we launch a product midway through the call.
Congratulations to the team, of course. As I said, I mean, I didn't know that it was live as of a minute ago. I knew that we were going to make it live anytime now, any second now. I don't know if it was going to be later on today or tomorrow or whatnot. But yeah, excellent. So those who can should go and mint an NFT, and those who won't as well should also do the same. By the way, as a bit of an Easter egg, no pun intended, I'll say that we're gonna have quite a bit of functionality added to the NFTs that we'll be deploying. So I will not say any more than that. So there is always going to be a potential upside of having an ecosystem NFT on your wallet.
Yeah, I think it's worth saying, Kobo, that we have an internal order that the first wave of Skunked Out products will follow when it comes to deploying them. So we said that Kiwi Labs would go first, and Kiwi Labs is live. We said that Kiwi would go second. So things that you mint on Kiwi Labs, you can then trade on Kiwi. We have an NFT bridge that's in development. Obviously, that will allow people to bridge NFTs, ERC 721s and 1155s onto Nahmii, and it will also allow them to bridge them out back onto mainnet. So each one of these parts fits into an overall plan, and there are other products that will follow Kiwi Labs and Kiwi, and those other products will tie into some of the things that we've talked about already. We need to be slightly careful about what we announce and how we promise it, but there'll be some tweets and some announcements coming out very shortly about Kiwi Labs going live. And obviously the first project on Kiwi Labs will be Kiwi Eggs. We have other NFT projects that will be coming through Kiwi Labs. We have other NFT projects that will be tradable and available to buy through Kiwi when it launches. But Kiwi Eggs on Kiwi Labs will be the first one.
Oh, it's poor. All right.
Should we cover some of the questions from the community?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So the first one was from Renua, any ETA on single staking of Nahmii and Ginny? No, we don't want to give it an ETA, but as indicated,
Hi, baby.
we're working on.
You happy? You smiling? Are you numb? Yeah. Huh. You're pretty.
Yeah, but he was gonna charge me.
Right. Well,
I don't think Harper realized he was unmuted there.
No. I see that the format of this call is different to the previous ones, by which
It is a bit
everybody
different.
can speak.
I also don't think we answered the first question. The first question is from Iz, which is, does Genie have a new use that you've already designed, but it's not public yet? Or do you want it to have a use in the future, but it's still not decided, sorry. In case, let us know. So in terms of the potential use cases for Genie, it already has a use case in the sense that by holding Genie, you accrue Nahmii tokens, and that will continue, as we said, all the way along. Effectively, it just replaces the HBT token. In terms of a use case for that particular token, there's nothing for us to announce at this stage, but obviously holding Genie tokens will continue to get you Nahmii tokens right the way through the whole 120 airdrops. Next question, same same person asking the question, how is the adoption of Nahmii going? Can we know anything else about the evolution of Nahmii and how much institutions know about Nahmii? Maybe Kobo, you'd like to take the second one. How much do institutions know about Nahmii? And by Nahmii, I'm assuming the token and Nahmii, the protocol.
I would say that quite a bit. Several institutions have approached us. Some of those discussions took place even this week. The fact that the Norwegian Central Bank has chosen us as a company to help them to build the CBDC sandbox has made an impact. As I said, maybe we have brought this up several times before. Maybe from a retail token holder's point of view, Nahmii might not be the most known project out there, but amongst institutions, I would say that we are fairly. I wouldn't say well known, but certainly many institutions have heard about us. Plus, before we officially were working with the Norwegian Central Bank, we had already been speaking. We had already been speaking with quite a bit of institutions. So, and in terms of the adoption, well, we have these products being built by SkankDAO, and we also have got all the work happening with institutions like, for example, the Norwegian Central Bank. So our rate of adoption is not as good as Polygon claims to be, but this is not about how it starts, it's about how the race finishes. So we're absolutely not concerned, mostly because our efforts are being invested in building solutions that, again, you cannot see today via SkankDAO that actually have got commercial use case and can be used at a scale. If we could give you, for example, the demo of one of the products that is in MVP mode that John and I were playing with earlier today, just before the call, then what I'm saying right now would make plenty of sense to you. Is that a fair statement, John?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's also fair to say that the news about Norges Bank and the CBDC project hasn't harmed us at all. Some institutions that previously we have spoken to, but they haven't responded as quickly as we'd liked, are now knocking on our door, wanting to speak to us. So it was a huge boost in terms of the profile of the protocol, the company, the work we do, and the brand name of Nahmii as a business. So all those things together absolutely haven't hurt us in the slightest. We are starting to get more institutional contacts as time goes by, and I think some of the products that we now have at MVP status or almost MVP status, it's so much more compelling for us to be able to show potential investors, potential partners, companies to want to work with us, to actually show them what we're doing rather than just give them a slide deck. That any kind of real demo is always going to be more powerful. So we're almost at the stage where we can start showing the community some of those things. Obviously, Kiwi Labs is up and live on mainnet now. Kiwi won't be far behind. And then we have other projects. There's a DeFi project following soon afterwards. We have some interesting SkankDAO level projects that tie things together. When they arrive, I think it will make a lot more sense to the community what we've been doing. So yeah, it did make sense. Go on.
Plus, of course, the beauty of it is the fact that we are now in a bear market, and while more and more crypto companies will disappear or will fall into the darkness, then us deploying products to mainnet, it's only going to raise the level. It's going to raise the level of credibility, of visibility, and everyone. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good for all of us. Basically, that's what we wanted to say. Should we go to the next question, John?
Yeah, there are 5 questions from the same person, all from Mike R. Mike R starts with a question that I'm sure you'll appreciate, Cole. How are you doing? Well, there's not much to say, but how are you doing? If we're doing that one to start off with.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It has been a busy year. We have gone through some interesting changes, interesting partnerships, growth, bull market, bear market, and busy days, really busy days. A lot of context switching. While some people could claim that we're trying to do too much, we can absolutely clarify that what we're doing makes plenty of sense. It is part of a bigger picture, bigger vision. And again, we have said this many times before, and every now and again we deliver on it. And what we say is that once you guys see it, it will make sense. So we're building quite a bit of different things, but we're doing.
We're now at the point where we can start showing some of that off. So we don't expect the community to have infinite trust. We say that we're building important things and they're on the way. Some of those important things, like the CBDC project with Norges Bank, we're starting to actually get to the point where we can talk about these things publicly and we can talk about real tangible results. Couple of relatively short questions from Mike R again. Kobo, do we plan a listing of Nahmii as a DEX on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko? The answer to that question, if you want me to answer it, is yes. We are in contact with them. We are trying to get Nahmii listed on both. Anything you can share related to the CBDC sandbox? Kobo, do you want that one, or do you want me to take it?
Well, there is not a lot that we can share. A lot of details that we can share, I'm afraid. But what we can say, though, is that now we have initiated the second version of the project and of the second wave of work, and it is focused on some real life use cases. That's the only thing we can disclose at this stage.
Oh, that was a very diplomatic answer. Anything you can say about fiat on Nahmii? I'm assuming that's both fiat on ramps and probably fiat on ramps. I can take that one. We are working with a partner to get that enabled. We are at the stage where we are double checking with them that the contracts that have been deployed to our testnet will work. I think there's still a little bit more to do with that one, so I'm not expecting it'll be immediate, but it is something that we're working on currently. Next one. Do we have anything to say about the smart contract update on Nahmii regarding the deflationary token concept? I'll take that one as well, if you don't mind, Akobo. The short answer is not yet. It's something that's on our to-do list, but there are a couple of products that we need to get out the door first in Skunkdown. Some of those products, incidentally, make use of Nahmii as a core part of them. Next one, Kobo, this one's for you. One from Smuggler. When will the Kiwi marketplace launch? Is it still on track to launch this month?
So I think there's only 2 days left of the month, right? How many days left? What is it today? Is it 28th? 29th. So maybe not. 29th. So maybe not. Maybe it will be early next week.
Yeah, I think if we're being honest, we said that Kiwi Labs had to go first, right? So yep. Kiwi Labs is live as of about 15 minutes ago. We need to make sure that Kiwi Labs lands appropriately. It's been well tested, but obviously there's always an element of double checking when things go live. Kiwi, there were a couple of minor tweaks that we were making some last minute, mainly cosmetic changes. So it might not be before the end of this month, but I don't think it'll be very far into the next one. That seems fair. Go.
That is fair, yes.
Okay, so next one. When do you expect to start automatic airdrips for Genie and liquidity providers at Nahmii? That's from Koivind. Good question.
So that is, right. So I suppose we will not have automatic airdrips per se. And I'm sorry if I said a bit pedantic in the semantics, we'll probably have trustless airdrops and payout of LP rewards. Is that a fair statement, John?
Yeah, it's a semantic discussion, but effectively, one of the things that we're working on is a way for airdrop rewards, and they'll come a little bit later. So, firstly, LP rewards to be claimable by users trustlessly. So, in other words, we don't have to do the calculations manually. We don't have to do the payouts manually. It's up to you to claim the rewards as they accumulate to you. That will remove a headache for us. The same product, the same tech can be used to simplify the airdrop as well. So for Genie token holders, we will eventually move ideally towards a staking mechanism. And that again will simplify things on our side. When it comes to the airdrop, there will always be a small number of wallets that we have to pay out manually. So not every single Nahmii token every month will be paid out through this new process, even when it's all up and running. But the vast majority of them will be. So the short answer is yes, we have solutions for those problems in testing for the LP rewards, and soon after that we will be doing the same thing, but for airdrop rewards for Genie holders. Okay, next one. I think we may have covered this already. Has the attention from Norges Bank led to new customer dialogue yet? Short answer is yes. We can't be too specific about it, but as I mentioned at the start of the call, there are now institutions and partners who are contacting us proactively, whereas previously we had to make more of the running to contact them. I don't know, Cobb, if you want to add any more to that one, whether Norges Bank has opened doors for us yet?
No, I think that is a very fair statement. So before, BizDev consists on you picking up the phone and calling people that wants to talk, that potentially might want to talk to you, so you can showcase them some work you might have done, and that initiates the discussion. While in this case is the other way around. They hear about the work we're doing, and then they want to. In some cases, they might do some extra due diligence on us before they approach us. In some of the cases, they might just want to approach us directly and talk more about it. But so far has been very, very positive for us.
Okay, I'm sure there'll be a lot of attention on the next question, given that Kiwi Labs has just gone live. Can you give examples of advantages that Kiwi eggs can give to their owners? That's an excellent question.
That is a very good question. So I will answer the first part of the question, and then you can answer the second half if you want, John, or you can do it in your own terms.
You go first.
So what we're looking at doing here, and we have said that several times, is an ecosystem. And we want to gamify the way users will interact with the system, and we want to incentivize that usage, because we have studied wide and deep how rewards are being provided to crypto users. And most importantly, we have also been doing that now for over 3.5 years. So we have got plenty of lessons learned. Now, with that said, what SkangDAO gives us is the possibility to create not a protocol, let's say, reward system, but an ecosystem-wide reward system. And what we want to do is, of course, is incentivize the usage of the different products that we take to market. And equally important, build different dynamics between those products so we give extra benefits to the users of it.
That was very diplomatic. So I'm not going to say too much more than what we say on the Kiwi Labs website. So obviously it's only just gone live, but we talk about 3 different things where you might benefit, let's say, from having a Kiwi egg. They're owner extras. So we talk about hatching surprises. Kiwi eggs might hatch. So what's the point of an egg that never hatches? That would be a good question. And what's inside your egg? So there are many possible things that can be inside your egg, and they might be actual Kiwis, they might be other NFTs, they might be tokens, whitelisted addresses. There are lots of possibilities there. We have a lot of ideas. We haven't nailed them all down yet, but that's the great thing about an egg. You can't see what's inside of it. when you look from the outside. There are certainly benefits that we can talk about in terms of exclusive access. So we might give Kiwi egg holders access to whitelist spots for other Skunk DAO products. So we imagine a world where our Skunk DAO products are all tokenized. We tie NFTs into them where we can, and we emphasize the fact that they are interoperable with each other. So it's all about building an ecosystem. Having a Kiwi egg will certainly help when it comes to things like new NFT mints and airdrops. And when we talk about that kind of ecosystem-based approach, having a Kiwi egg might, for example, improve a yield that you might get. It might get you bonus tokens from an airdrop. As I say, it might get you a whitelisting spot. There are lots of different ways that holding one set of NFTs in the Skunk DAO ecosystem can benefit users on other products and other parts. So we can't promise too much at this stage. We do talk about it on the Kiwi Labs website, but holding Kiwi eggs will be very useful, shall we say, in terms of what you can potentially do with them. Okay, so there are 4 questions from CryptoHawk. Number 1.
One last thing I will say, John. One last thing I will say about the Kiwi X and the rewards is that what we're looking at, guys, is incentivizing and to reward ecosystem users, right? So the more you use and the wider you use the ecosystem, the more rewards you should be getting, and the easier it should be for you to unlock those rewards. That's what we're looking at enabling.
Absolutely. Okay, so 4 questions from CryptoHug. Did Nahmii also pitch for the project, the CBDC project, with the Norwegian government? So this is the Arbitrum one, right, Coben?
Right. So quite a bit of misinterpretation is being asked or is being disclosed or discussed about this project. So first of all, there is no such a thing as Norwegian government project per se. So there are several public institutions. I don't know if you should categorize those as a government project, because those institutions are independent from what political party might be in the government. So again, I don't try to be a semantic Nazi, right? But Brønnøysund, they put out apparently a tender to build a specific solution. That solution has been won not by Arbitrum, but by a consultancy company that has decided to use Arbitrum. And that solution is being built by them. Now, what happened to us was that a public institution, as the Norwegian Central Bank, put out a tender, and then we bid for it and we won it. And so again, it's not about the Norwegian government or not Norwegian government. There are different institutions in the Norwegian country for different purposes. And we have won a project to do something, and another company has won a project to do something else. Now, did we apply for that proposal? No, we did not. And that's all. So we're doing something, and then this consultancy company that is located in Norway is doing something else. That is the best way to summarize it.
Okay, second question from CryptoHug. Has the announcement with Norges Bank opened up discussions with other banks in other countries? We can answer that one quite quickly, right, Kobo? Without saying too much.
Yeah, so the answer is yes. So we are speaking with several companies and several banks, or several large institutions, and those institutions came to us because of the work that was announced with the Norwegian Central Bank. That's what we can say.
Yep. Question number 3. I think we've already partially covered this. If the current bear market was to continue for 24 months or more, does Nahmii have sufficient funding and runway? We've already said that we are well funded. We are hiring people, which should be a big giveaway about the state of our finances as a company, and we have a multi-year runway. So the short answer is yes, we can continue if the bear market lasts for a while. No company can continue if the bear market lasts forever, but we are well funded, well capitalized. Question number 4, how can the community best support the Nahmii ecosystem at this time? Go on, if you want to take that one.
Yeah, so I believe that bear markets, as it happened last time to us, was a pretty good time to strengthen the community. So we're going to be putting extra emphasis on that, and of course, help us obtaining feedback from the products that we're building. Also spreading the word about the work we're doing. Keep in mind that while many community members might, in the past might have complained, rightfully or wrongfully, about how little profile we have during the bull markets, reality is that we have thrived better or very well during the bear markets because we kept on building. So considering that this is not only about infrastructure anymore, but it's also going to be about products, I think we're going to be giving a lot of tools to our community to talk about positively about our work. So really, yes, we would like you guys to keep on spreading the word and telling others about the work we're doing. It will hopefully help us to grow the community and build, have faster, better iterations of the products that we're building. That is what we would like.
Yeah, cool. And I think there'll be times in terms of the feedback from the community where we will ask certain community members to help us out, to take a sneak peek at products. We'll run some ideas by you. We'll get some feedback. That kind of early feedback is absolutely fantastic when it comes to building products. So we have done that in the past. We will certainly look to do that again in the future. And things like focus groups, A/B testing, moving towards data-driven. These are all key goals for us as a business. There's a question, what about the buyback token burn thing, which is Nahmii related? Is it active yet? If not, when? I think I answered that one earlier on. It is on the roadmap. It is not active yet, and it won't be active for a little while. We will cover that again in future, I would say. In terms of the Nahmii token buyback, we will be earning fees currently, and those tokens may well be used in that way, but the automated token buyback, that will require some smart contract work. So the short answer, Harbinger, is it's not active yet. It will be active soon, but we have other items to cover on our roadmap first. Your second question, though, is one we definitely can tackle straight away. Can we invest in Skunk DAO? Will it ever be tokenized? Kobo, do you want to start with that one?
Let me first of all add something else to the first part of the question that you answered, because I feel that maybe, at least I know I'm being accused of being too diplomatic sometimes, right? And I feel that I might have been saying the same over and over and over without revealing too much. So let me be a bit more concrete. So right now we are releasing the first wave of products from Skunk DAO, and we have a second wave that is being built. And some of those products of the second wave are also being tested right now. So they're actually, at least one of them is already built, which is part of the ecosystem discussion that I said before, that we're testing 3 products together. Now, as part of the second wave, there will be another DeFi product that we cannot disclose much about, which will be a key instrumental part of the buyback of those tokens. And which again is going to augment the value proposition of the ecosystem as a whole. So all these pieces together are going to be actually very fucking powerful and pretty good. Second part of the question was, Skunk DAO, is it going to be tokenized, and could you invest in Skunk DAO? So Skunk DAO, chances are very high that will be tokenized, yes. And we have a pretty good idea of how that's going to look like. I'll say the keyword once again, ecosystem. That's what we're building. And we don't know if we're going to do a token sale or if we're going to do a token sale or when. So I cannot give an ETA on that. Keep in mind that we're well funded and our focus right now is on building more. With that said, though, we have hinted, or actually not hinted, we have been very explicit before when we were talking about the KiwiX and the ecosystem and the incentives and what would be the benefits of having a KiwiX, for instance. We will be using some of those dynamics of figuring out who is using the ecosystem the most and who's engaged the most. We'll be using a lot of that to also reward the ecosystem users, right? You can think about some of the designs that we're currently implementing are about, building the biggest incentive program in the history of crypto. And a skunk DAO is of course going to be part of that. Does that honor the answer, John? Oh, sorry, the question asked, or could we be a bit more explicit?
I think it does, and we are very, very big believers as a company and a team in the value and the power of tokenization of assets. So one of the key principles of Skunk DAO, and we've said it all the way through, is every product in Skunk DAO will be tokenized. So that means there will be opportunities for selective investment, there will be opportunities for broader investment across a basket of products. And we are certainly investigating, as Akobo said, tokenizing Skunk DAO as a DAO anyway. That's a pretty fundamental idea. So when exactly things like token sales will happen, that's to be announced in the future. But tokenization is absolutely at the heart of what we do and what we believe in. So, Akobo, I think I did also respond to a question on the general chat from Capo, who said he didn't have time to submit a question for the community call. I don't think Capo's noticed yet that sometimes people actually put questions on the QNS4 speaker channel as we have the call happening right now. But he said, what is the difference at the moment in keeping your Genie tokens on Ethereum mainnet or Nahmii 2 mainnet relative to the airdrops? The answer is that if you keep your tokens on Ethereum mainnet, you will be eligible for the airdrop. Nahmii 2, like Nahmii 1, if you keep your tokens there, you will not be eligible for the airdrop. So please keep your Genie tokens on Ethereum mainnet. Nice short and sweet one to finish off. So I think we may have gone through all the questions, apart from Rob, who's put an excellent meme up that says, when Akobo MMA podcast. But apart from that one, do we have any other questions that people would like us to address while we're on the call together?
Sorry, did you say that somebody's asking for when Akobo podcast?
When MMA podcast.
MMA. Oh, right. Okay, I get it now. Right. And that came from Rob, you said?
It did indeed.
Okay, that is because I believe Rob joined the Twitter space that I was invited to talk to Khabib's coach. That might be the reason why. Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. Are there any other questions then, apart from Rob's late one?
I just missed. Yeah,
Nope.
I just missed the whole.
In which case, I'd say that's not bad going. We've gone through all the questions, a couple of extra ones added during the call, although someone's just snuck one onto the QNS4 speaker channel. Oh, Smuggler said, is Nahmii affected in any way by 3 Arrow Capital bankruptcy? So 3AC. Akobo, I don't know whether you want to say that formally as the CEO, or whether you're happy for me to.
Yeah, I can absolutely say that. I can absolutely answer it. So no, we were not affected by them. But I can say that some of the companies, some of the satellite companies that they have reached out to us many months ago, and we met them several times, and we have had discussions back and forth. But no, we were not affected in any way, shape, or form, other than knowing some of the guys that are behind 3 Arrow Capital that have been affected and probably have lost their jobs. But no.
Yeah, obviously, anything that happens that has a major negative impact on the market isn't necessarily good for us or anyone in crypto. So, aside from that obvious point, no is the short answer. That's not the happiest note for us to finish off on. So I think we'll bring it back to the original announcement, which is that Kiwi Labs is live. You can go and have a poke around with Kiwi Labs, spot contractor on mainnet. That will be followed by Kiwi in the next week or two at the latest, I would expect. So in terms of our NFT offering, there are some very interesting projects coming down the line. And there are some in particular that tie together NFTs and DeFi in a way that we're really excited about. So we can't wait to show you. Gobble, any final words before we wrap this one up?
No, nothing else. Other than thank you guys for your time, and thank you for the questions, and let's keep comms open. And hopefully we'll have some new memes coming up again soon.
Some sneaky hints there. Excellent. Right. Well, thanks very much, everybody. I'm sure Boris will put the recording of the call up at some point soon. Keep your eyes open for the announcement that's on Twitter. I'll make sure that we pop it on Discord as well. And you will shortly see the Kiwi Labs link, so you can go and have a poke at that one. But have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining the community call.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Bye.